Right, this is April 2019. We've just had a week on Boux Lake, which is absolutely fantastic. I thought it'd be really useful because there's been a few comments about the facilities, just to show you a bit about the accommodation, the lake itself, but also the track and how you get around. There's a few people who've moaned about barrowing around and that kind of thing. So this is the car park. So you walk through, you've got your recycling here. Obviously they're quite big on that in France, as you're probably aware. So this is the track which leads to the wooded bank, and then you've got the dam wall, which is plenty wide enough to take the largest of bivvies. But we did find around there, although you get the sun all day long, you really don't get any protection from the elements. That's wind, rain, and obviously sun as well. So the wooded bank, barrowing around here is definitely a challenge. I think if you're a little bit older maybe, this is definitely a challenge. As you can see, the terrain's pretty rugged, to say the least. And it's a good, probably about 200 yards as a barrow round. So what we did, we did a few barrows, but we also did the boat for the heavy stuff as well. And the combination of those is probably the way forward. So this, as I say, is April, so the bank's pretty slippy. When we arrived, it was pretty wet. And we had a few hairy moments walking along here, even with a barrow. Definitely need wellies or waders. Obviously waders aren't so comfy for walking in really. This is where it gets interesting. You've got a big hump, so you need a good run up to get up this one. And then a bit of control and take it easy as you come down the other side. As you can see, pretty wet and soggy under feet. You can probably hear my footprints. And that is the track. And you'll find now, as you get round, last little bit to negotiate, and you get round to the wooded bank, where this bank actually gives you really good protection from the elements. The only problem is you only get the sun until about midday, and then once it drops behind these trees you don't see it again, so it's going to be pretty chilly. So what we actually found was the best way to get your gear back and forth was to use the boat. And then when you get to the bank you can just barrow it straight to the van, which is only 20-30 yards away, something like that. Life jackets provided, oars is provided. If you can get a motor, a battery, it just makes life so much easier. So here's the boat that they provided at Boux. We bought our own life jacket because the life jackets, as you can probably see, are like something out of the Titanic. Good sturdy boat to get your motor on the back as well. Just the job. A little bit about the lake itself. So as you can see, the wooded bank we're talking about there, we've actually down camped now, so we've just got the bare minimums for our last night. You can see the overhanging trees, like I say, brilliant shelter from the rain, but absolutely a killer when you want a bit of sun. It does get a bit cool in there. So this is the dam wall. Nice shallow area here. The weeds are not too bad this time of year. And then the deeper area off this structure, down to about 13 foot in the middle, and then the far end there up to about up to 2 or 3 foot in places, and really shallow right in the edge, but the fish have been hugging the edges. A lot of people have been catching them on this far bank. we've actually found that found some decent spots in open water and in the shallows as well. So the lake itself doesn't have any snags as far as we know. There is this metal structure which sticks out into the lake, which is obviously quite a nice feature. Not quite sure how far out it goes. We've been fishing just off the end, about 30 yards out. Not had anything there this week, but we have had fish out of this bay. No other snags. Weed wasn't bad at all, just little patches here and there. We have used strong tackle. The fish obviously go up to 65 pounds in here, so strong line, big barbless hooks has done the trick for us as well. So, swim choice. You've got plenty of choice really. On the dam wall you could certainly get 2 or 3 anglers quite comfortably. If you don't want to negotiate the track, that's probably not a bad option. So then you've got first peg that you come to. Certainly I'd suggest for all of the pegs bring a splash mat. When it's rained quite hard, the rods and everything else has been covered. Lots of people seem to have left these little mats behind, which is quite useful actually. With peg 1 you've got quite a lot of water really. You've got this bay. There are a lot of people on the other reviews have said they haven't been fishing here. We've done pretty well out this bay this week. And you can fish into the far bay as well if you're a long range angler. So then we've got the second peg, which is just around the corner from where we've just come. Again, lots of room here. You're covering some of the same water really. Obviously if you're on here as a lake exclusive, clearly you can sort of amongst yourselves. You've got some good open water spots. It's quite a silty bottom, there's real hard clay patches as well. The margins are lovely as well. Then you've got the third peg. Again, very similar water to peg 2. Got some decent depths out in front of you. A lot of people fish the far margins, but we've picked up fish in open water as well. So as we leave peg 3, we've just got a short walk. You could probably get another angler on here as we walk over. And then you've got one on the corner, which is fishing up into the shallows. So we've actually picked up fish again from up here when the wind changed direction to a southwest. Sun got up as well, you could see the fish are in here. Done a few nice captures as well. Beautiful place. Dam wall end, as you can see, the bank itself, it's a good 15 foot across, but if you get over the other side there is quite a sheer drop down. So we're in the shallows now just off the dam wall. You can see just how much that bank actually cuts around here. It's very shallow. You can see the fence posts where the cows sometimes come down to drink. They're in the water. It starts to shelve off 6, 7, 8, 9 foot, 10 foot into the middle here. But for a good 50 yards or so out here, it's reasonably shallow. Fish have been in here a lot this week, as they seem to be in the catch reports a lot of the time. So, the facilities. Down the lake you've got a toilet, which is really a toilet seat with a hole in the ground. Absolutely fine for what you need, but probably not for the faint-hearted. The farmhouse itself, well, we found actually it's best to drive. We have brought a bike, but it'll probably take you about 10 minutes to cycle, mostly uphill, so we've actually decided that what we would do is just drive up when we need to. I'll show you that in a bit, but up there you've got a lovely shower, really hot, nice water, adequate freezer space, a big chest freezer, lovely big fridge as well. So it's just a 2-minute drive up the road. Okay, so the facilities themselves, as you can see the lake, it's about 2 or 3 minutes drive, which I'll show you in a moment. So it's actually an old farmhouse. They do ask you to leave your muddy boots outside, which I will do. As you can see, chest freezer, it's nice and cool in here as well. It's another chest freezer which I think they keep their own bait in. Big fridge, it's a microwave and a small cooker as well. And then just the shower. Shower's really nice and warm. And obviously what you'd expect as well, the toilet facilities. You've got the rules, they do sell their own bait as well. I think it's best to check in advance by all accounts. We haven't bothered this week, but Angling Line said that they do provide good quality bait. Worth mentioning, there are adapters here already for English plugs, so you don't need to bring your own, and they've been fine. A couple of life jackets on the boat as well. Plenty of room, big old chest freezer. Okay. So you've just seen the facilities, let's show you how you get back to the lake. This is also where Philippe lives, so he's on site if you need him at all. Philippe's the owner. The nearest supermarket is in Moulin-Engelbert's, which is about 5 minutes drive away. There's a boulangerie, patisserie, pharmacy, everything you'll need there as well. The track gets a bit bumpy, take it steady. So here we are arriving back at the lake. That's taken 3 minutes 45 seconds to drive, and that was taking it pretty easy as well on the bumpy track. As you can see, this little bit's a bit tricky as well. Gets a bit flooded in the winter, I would have thought, and in the early months. And here we are, safe and sound, back to the lake.